Hello and welcome to a brief introduction to SoftFX in Lightwave 8. SoftFX is a brand new exciting feature in Lightwave 8 that is easy to use and very powerful. So let's take a look at this scene that I have loaded up. I have below this tire a collision object, and what I want to happen is when the tire comes rotating down, I want the tire to become flat. So let's push play, and as you can see, the tire is rotating around. And when it comes down and hits the collision object, it flattens out, but it doesn't just go flat, it also bulges out to the side the way we would expect it to do in the real world. So let's do this. Let's start from scratch. I'm going to go ahead and load up a scene that doesn't have any dynamics applied to it, but that already has the tire and the collision object just to speed things up here. So let's clear the scene, and let's go find that scene. Here it is. Okay, so what we have in this scene is the tire, the collision object, the animation set up, again just to speed things up, and let's go ahead and start applying our settings. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the tire down so that when we're applying our settings we can see it take place. So I'm going to hit P for properties, go to the Dynamics tab and add SoftFX, and let's kind of run through just some of the basic settings here. I'm going to change what some of the defaults are, and for operators, by default it has an operator map with these settings set to all surfaces, and I'm just going to say none. And let's go ahead and go to the Deform tab, and for collision detection, let's choose the tire surface. It's just the surface map for this area, and as you can see, when we select it, it selects all the points in red so you can see what's going to be affected. Now before we do anything else, let's go ahead and calculate just to see what happens. So it comes down, and as you can see, it flattens out on bottom because of the collision object. Okay, but I want it to bulge out of the sides like we saw in the earlier example. So to do that, I'm going to go to Bump, and under Bump Compression I'm going to change it to 100, and I'm going to change that to the tire surface, and it's bumping a little too much here, so I'm going to change the bump limit to 50, and that kind of cleans that up. And if you notice, I didn't have to recalculate. Let me go ahead and close this window, and I've made some changes to the settings, and I didn't have to recalculate, which is a really powerful feature of SoftFX, being able to calculate once and go in and change just about every setting. And as long as I don't move my collision object around or reanimate my tire, I'm able to change the settings, and it really helps you learn all the features because you can just tweak the settings and see it take place in real time. Now I've got my animation set up the way you saw it in the scene that we loaded up in the beginning, but I want to add a few more things to show you some more tools inside of SoftFX. So I'm going to bring it back up again, and under Edit Effects I'm going to select Edit Tool, and what I'm able to do is whenever I select a point, this yellow line is the motion path for that point. Now I can edit it like we did with the cloth effects and the hard effects, but what I'd rather do is add a null. What I want to do is I want to add a null that has this same motion, and to do that I just come over here and choose Make Path under the command drop down. Now what it just did was create a new null, and the null's motion path, all the keyframes for that, match that point. So it's like being locked to that point. And what I can do is, if I'd like, I could take this null and bring up its properties and add a particle emitter. And I could scale down the particle emitter. I'm going to kind of skip past that just for time's sake, and I could scale down the particle emitter and change the settings, and I could have smoke coming out from a hole in the tire, which is making the tire flat. Now that's just a quick example of using SoftFX. We'll be sure to show you many more examples of working with dynamics inside of Lightwave 8, as well as the other new exciting features in Lightwave 8. So stay tuned to www.newtek.com for future videos. Thanks.